going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today, just 2 days out now from the 2023 Arnold Classic. If you have not bought the pay-per-view yet, go to the link in the description box below to the FanMio site and use code NSP10 to get it for $45 instead of $60. Now, with that being said, the first story that I've got for you guys today, the latest physique update from William the Conqueror Bonac, posting a pretty impressive update today. Now, it's worth pointing out that William is the only two-time Arnold Classic champion in this lineup, meaning he has been there before. So he says the first picture, which is a front relaxed, was taken 10 days ago, so probably about 2 weeks out. He says the second and third pictures, which are a back double biceps and a side chest, are from last Saturday. So about a week out. And I've got to be honest, the more updates that I've seen of William Bonac going into this Arnold Classic prep, the more optimistic I am that he's going to place highly at this Arnold Classic. He looks really impressive here. All kinds of detail in that back double bicep shot. Density all throughout the back, as much muscle as you could really possibly pack on that frame. Hamstrings and glutes, striated, separated, detailed. And like I said, just the back in general, dense, hard, detailed. He's in shape. Now, he did drop to 9th place at the 2022 Mr. Olympia. That's a 3-placing drop for him from 2021. And for that reason, I feel like a lot of people are counting Bonac out here as being a guy that might not be as big of a factor as we thought. I'm not going to count out Bonac just yet. I think he's bringing, based on these updates, he looks like the Bonac that we're used to seeing win these Arnold Classics. He does not look like he's messing around here, and he doesn't look like he's off. He looks like he's on point, and it looks like he's got redemption on his mind. Now, because he was 9th, I think that is a valid reason why he's not as much in the conversation, because you've got Nick Walker in this lineup, who was 3rd. We're going to talk about Nick later in this video. You've got Big Ramy in this lineup, who was 5th. Samson Dauda, who was 6th, and Andrew Jacked, who was 8th. So you've got 4 guys in this Arnold Classic lineup right now that just placed ahead of William Bonac at the Olympia. So arguably, you'd be talking about William Bonac in 5th place if you went by the Olympia placings. If everybody looked about the same as they looked at the Olympia, then you got to throw in Sean Clarita, Kamal Garni, 2 of the 212 Olympia champions. You would think they would probably be in the top 6 as well. So if you go by those stats, it kind of puts Bonac on the outside looking in. But I honestly have a feeling that Bonac is going to surprise us here at the Arnold Classic. And that being said, I think he's got a real shot at redemption here. But let me know in the comments below, where do you think William Bonac will place at the 2023 Arnold Classic? Now, next up in the news, we got to talk about Nick Walker. We just talked about him yesterday, but we got another update today that I think kind of broke the internet. So first we got an update from Matt Jansen, and we also got some updates from Nick himself. But the update from Matt was the picture that Matt took from the video that we saw of Nick yesterday. So you kind of saw this video of Nick in the gym in Columbus, and it was kind of the side and the back. And he looked crazy. He looked freaky. He looked round. He looked full. But you really only got to see kind of this awkward side angle and this awkward kind of back angle of his rear delts and his triceps and kind of a little bit of his pecs. But we got to see the photo that Matt Jansen was taking in that video, the straight-on most muscular in the mirror, and he looks absolutely crazy. I think it's inarguable at this point that Nick is absolutely going to bring it at the Arnold. I really do feel like in all these updates, he looks better than he looked in any of his Olympia prep pictures 1 week out, within a week out. And I think he knows that. I think that's why they're posting so many of these updates. They're really not holding anything back. I mean, this most muscular was taken just a couple days out from the show. And we saw how lean he is. We saw how detailed he is. We saw how depleted he was. But now look at how stupid his shoulders and his arms look. Stupid round. So that mutant fullness and roundness with the condition that we know he's in is insane. And like we just talked about earlier, he's already the on-paper favorite to win the show. He's the highest Olympia placer by a couple of placings. So that's on paper, but the story in photos, he also looks like the favorite to win this show. His updates have been the craziest updates that I've seen, in my opinion. For the Arnold Classic, of all the updates that we've seen so far, Nick's have been the most impressive. And Nick posted some updates of his own in the Goon Light, where you can see a rear, like kind of a variation of a rear lat spread, or him transitioning into a rear lat spread, where you can see striated glutes, you can see the hamstrings, you can see the Christmas tree, you can see that Nick is clearly in shape, and that's what we want to see from Nick. And we know We just know he's not messing around. This is going to be a damn good show. Look at the detail you can see in his lower body. And again, this is definitely some goon light, but look how dry he looks. Look how detailed he looks. Look at the hamstrings. Look at the glutes. Look at that dryness and detail. And then look back at the most muscular that we just saw. The fullness, roundness, and freak size that he's bringing with that dryness and detail. How is he going to lose this show? I think the best financial decision that Nick has made in his bodybuilding career so far was jumping in this Arnold Classic lineup. We've talked about this lineup so much that I feel like people forget they're paying out $300,000 to the winner. And Nick jumped in this lineup after that announcement and after the initial competitor list was released. And I think that's going to go down as one of the best decisions he ever made in his career, because I think he's about to be $250,000 richer, well, $350,000 richer come Saturday night. But again, if you want to see what happens, buy that pay-per-view, code NSP10, fanmeo.com, link in the description box below. But also, I wanted to talk about Kamal El Garni, because he's in this lineup. He hasn't really gotten much discussion, even though he is a former 212 Olympia champ. I think he is the oldest guy in this lineup. I think he's the only bodybuilder in the open Arnold lineup that's in his 50s right now. And he does look pretty impressive in this update posted 3 days ago of him posing still down in Florida. Now, he did say recently that in addition to the Arnold Classic Open, he's interested in doing the Masters Olympia if the prize money is right. So he said recently in an interview, I would love to do the Masters Olympia. You never know what's going to happen down the road, but yes, it's a good title. We don't hear much about it at the moment. We don't know what's the prize money. And again, we still don't. We know that it's almost $250,000 split between all 10 divisions, but we don't know how that distribution is going to land as far as what the Open Masters Olympia is going to pay for first place. He says, I hope they do something good that makes people want to join. At the end of the day, it's a business, it's work. It'd be silly if you're spending more than what you're getting. It's a good title, but it should still be a decent amount of prize money. So again, this conversation about the prize money with the Masters Olympia, I think, is justified. I think there's a pretty substantial health risk in these guys coming back to compete and these guys competing in this age bracket, and I think the prize money should be reflective of that, and I think the payoff should be good. But I'm curious what you guys think about right here, right now at the Arnold Classic. Where is Kamal going to land here? Does he have a shot at a top spot, top 3, top 6, with the conditioning that he so consistently brings, or is he going to get outsized here? And Kamal did say he wants to continue this open bodybuilding career. He wants to do the Arnold and then Tampa in open and then Masters in open, the Masters Olympia in open. So it does look like regardless of his Arnold Classic placing, he's interested in pursuing open indefinitely, and it seems like that's also the case for Sean Clarita. In any case, it's definitely interesting times that we're witnessing right now in bodybuilding. We're seeing some interesting crossovers, some interesting transitions, and I'm here for it. I think it's going to be a very entertaining show having these 212 Olympians in it. All right, now next up in the news, I did want to show an update from another classic physique competitor because we have talked pretty heavily about just Ramon Dino and Urs Kalsinski as being the frontrunners in the classic physique portion of this show. But Alex Cambronero, he posted an update from yesterday, so just a few days out of the show. He hasn't left for Columbus as of this update. But he actually is a former Arnold Classic champion in classic physique, so I feel like he should be in the conversation as well. And his conditioning here looks on point. Now, he did slip to 9th place at the Olympia, so I feel like he's not in the conversation as much as some of these guys like Urs and Ramon. And Mike the Badass, Mike Summerfield, is a guy that a lot of people are talking about right now. He was 4th at the Olympia, right behind Ramon and Urs, but like I said, you don't want to count any of these guys out, especially a guy that's already won the Arnold Classic title, similar to William Bonac in Open. I feel like, actually, very similar to William Bonac in Open because Bonac placed 9th in the Open Olympia, and a lot of people are counting him out. And Alex Cambronero placing 9th, nobody's really talking about him as a threat at the Arnold Classic this year for classic physique, but he could be. His conditioning looks on point. And I do think there's something to be said for somebody that has already won a certain title, because it means that that person was once the standard in that division at that show. They were the best. And if they've done it before, that means they can do it again. Now, the final story that I've got for you guys today is not Arnold Classic related. Good Vito, Vitaly Ugonikov, posting an off-season posing video. We know that his goal is to compete in the 2023 Mr. Olympia. So this year's Olympia is where he wants to make his Olympia debut. And just like Andrew Jacked, just like Michael Krizo, just like even Nick Walker, there's a lot of hype behind this guy, and I think it's justified. And I'm excited to see where he's going to go as an IFBB pro, and I think like Andrew Jacked, like Nick Walker, like Michael Krizo, he could have a very quick rise in the IFBB. He could go to the Olympia next year, well, this year, and I think he could place very, very highly. And I think in this update, he looks like he's put on some quality size while down there training in Brazil. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Good Vito at the Olympia 2023. Can he get there? First of all, can he qualify? And can he place top 10? Let me know in the comments down below. So again, that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. But make sure when you buy the pay-per-view for the Arnold Classic, use code NSP10 to get it for $45 instead of $60. Save yourself some money. You're going to buy it anyway. Get the discount code NSP10. The Fanmeo link where you can buy the pay-per-view is in the description box below. Like and subscribe. And as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at Nick Strength Power, my Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power, my secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.